Okay, so here we are. We're back with the language of love or like. Uh, these are words that you can replace each other with. There are many ways to use these words, but they'll give you more vocabulary when you say you have a strong feeling or a strong like towards a person, a place, a thing, or music, anything like all kinds of stuff like that. Um, if we take a look at our first word is adoration. Adoration, a profound love or regard. And you can say something like, well, I have great adoration for this person, or I have great adoration for walking on this mountain or something. Um, it's a good word, a really good word to use. Or you could say, I adore something. That's another form that you could say, like, I just adore, my daughter. She's so cute and good, something like that. Um, Number two, devotion. Devotion is a often selfless affection and dedication to a person or principle. And you could use a form of the word. You can say, "Oh, well, I'm devoted to studying English," or "I have a great devotion to studying languages." It's a strong word. It's really strong. Uh, Number three, affection. Affection is a tender feeling toward another, fondness. And again, you can say, well, I have a great affection for my girlfriend, or I have a great affection you can say, I have a great affection for music. There's many ways to use it. And there's forms of the word like affectionate, like the married couple are very affectionate towards each other. So many ways to use that word. Let's move on here. We got number four, fondness. Now fondness is having a strong liking or inclination or affection, and we use fond or fondness well, I'm very fond of fried chicken, or I'm very fond of long walks. It's a strong liking. It's not, a true love emotion. Now, the next word would be a strong emotion. This is the passion. Passion is a strong or powerful emotion. And you could say, oh, I have a strong passion for classical music, something like that. And that means you really, 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 really like it a lot. Passion. And the next one is similar also. Number six is desire. Desire is to wish or long for, to want. And we use desire like kind of like the word yearn. I have a great desire to meet this person someday, or I have a great desire to go overseas. It's something that you've been waiting for, longing for. So desire. Moving on to number seven. Number seven is a word, ardor, that I've never really heard Americans say this word much. I know the word exists, but it's just something you could put in the place of another word like devotion. So ardor, intensity of emotion, especially strong desire, enthusiasm, or devotion. So again, anything that you could have a strong desire for, you could replace with ardor. Let's move on here. We got number 8, attachment. An emotional bond as of affection or loyalty, fond or regard. and that's what it is. It's not a love word. It's like a really, really like word, an emotional bond, you know, or a great affection for something. You know, I have an attachment for rock and roll music, or I have a great attachment, you know, with my girlfriend or something like that. It's a good word, but it's not a true love word. Number 9, warmth, friendliness, kindness, or affection. And you can say, oh, well, I feel the warmth from this person. She is so nice. She is so kind. So that'd be a way you could say warmth. Okay, let's move on here. Number 10, admire. Admire is another one of those words where you really, really like somebody or something that they might do. And if you look at the definition here, is to have a high opinion of, esteem, or respect. And you could say, oh, well, I really admire Eric Clapton, the guitar player, or I really admire people that speak good English. So there's a good word for really, really liking and respecting something. Let's see. Number 11, appreciation. A judgment or opinion, especially a favorable one. And there are forms of that word like appreciate. Uh, like I really appreciate you coming to my house today. Or I have a great appreciation towards people that are not shy. So there's a good word. All right, now the next one here, number 12, endearment, an expression of affection such as a caress. Then there are words. Then you use it like there was a movie called Terms of Endearment. So you can use that endearment several different ways, and there's also word forms that you can look up like endear that can work out for you in your vocabulary. Let's move on and take a look here at number 13, amour. Amour, a love affair, especially an illicit one. All right. Now this is kind of a sneaky love word, all right, but amour, and you don't hear that used in America very often, but in Europe, amour would be a more popular word. But anyhow, we're broadening your vocabulary here today. Number 14 is one of these really strong like words, craving, a great or eager desire, yearning. And you can use it like, oh man, I'm craving some chocolate ice cream. I am just craving some chocolate ice cream. Or I just crave the taste of chocolate ice cream, the base word there. That's a really good word. You can use craving a lot in your vocabulary. Number 15, adulation. Adulation is a good word too. And let's look here. It says excessive flattery or admiration. And again, that is like a really, really strong like word. I just have great adulation for my daughter's patience, or I have great adulation, for like we used a while ago, I have great adulation for people that are not shy. So that would be a good use of that word. Number 16, tender, expressing gentle emotions, loving. And it'd be like, oh, she is very tender, such a kind girl. Or the couple are very tender with each other. That would be another good way to use that word. And the next one we just said the next one, and lots of these words are interchangeable, but they'll make you really appear uh, smarter, worldly, knowing more vocabulary. But number 17, yearning, a persistent, often melancholy desire or longing. She has a great yearning to find love in her life. That would be a really good way to use that word. Yearning is a really strong desire, maybe one that's taken place over time. Let's see. Number 18, cherish. All right. It's to treat with affection and tenderness, to hold dear. I just cherish my time with my best friend. And that is a word you can use, cherish, a lot in your English. Number 19, guys. Number 19 is compassion. Now, compassion can be used several ways. Now, the definition we have here is a deep sympathy for the sorrows of others. And like the lady has great compassion for the less fortunate people. Or the lady is very compassionate to the problems of poor people. So compassion, compassionate, those are good words, and you'll find ways to use them. And number 20 is a word of intense like or enthusiasm, fascination, the state of being intensely interested or attracted. And you could use, most of the time we use the word fascinated, like I'm just fascinated by how actors can speak with different accents, or I'm just fascinated how that person can cook so much delicious food, or I have great fascination for something. You can use great in front of a lot of these words. That's kind of it. This is some vocabulary today for love and like that you might really enjoy using in your vocabulary. So go out and try these words today, okay? And we'll just see you on the next lesson. So take care. Bye-bye.